KMTlol Soul map does, of course, help as well. Pings now onto this Baron. Definitely not an objective you'd expect to be
it's on to Fofo,
possible.
actually.
Yeah, Caster's
Yeah, I
going
completely lost internet. What the fuck?
There might be an opportunity for Talon to look to collapse in it as well.
I'm back. Yeah, no, I couldn't watch. I have no idea how the fuck this happened to him. Am I getting deja vu? Oh, fate! Sorry.
That's Fofo and Caster can do not but watch. And it's going to be SHG fighting their way back in and getting themselves a Baron.
The strongest. Well,
yeah, that was so weird. I actually have no idea. It just said like you're not connected to an Ethernet. I'm like, what the fuck? Please connect your Ethernet cable. I'm like, how the fuck am I using an Ethernet cable not connected? Yeah, so I missed a few minutes of that.
Just absolutely a brilliant fight from SHG, identifying the opening and pulling that trigger. And you look at it, Aja, Betty, very well split. They go on to gang, and that identification happens immediately. Woody's just too far deep. Evie becomes the focal point, but then Courage jumps in. The bullet time, there's just so much going on, and no way for Betty to get out. Great jump in from Fate as well. He's the one that tanks almost the entirety of that equalizer as well. Oh, it just
dude,
goes
it's
so
Fate?
cleanly.
Yeah, and Betty, I think, flashing the wrong direction there. Flashes.
Is Fate trying to make me look like a dumbass?
Get onto him. So, does go down.
Alright. Well, I'm back, guys.
Does mean that Baron was picked up by SHG, and they are now pretty comfortably in the driver's seat. Now we'll see if they're able to get this one into a position.
What I miss?
To win. It is still very, very close, of course, but for the next 2 minutes,
Stop! I gonna win this?
In favor of SHG, that will secure them the dragon almost certainly. But more importantly, can they get some of these towers broken down? You see Arja marching down that top lane, not even bothered with his team. Now we'll finally start channeling that recall as I say that.
Yeah, I mean, a great ploy, try and draw some of that attention away, and the route connects on to Fate, but he gets himself clear. Tower will go down, and SHG having that priority down on the bot side have rotated that pressure, but there could be a bit of a pinch coming through on the Marble. He's very quick though.
Yeah, but does get hit there by that Sejuani. Doesn't have
Gang didn't block it? I thought Gang should have blocked that.
Teleport now being channeled in by Evie. He is very far forward. He is going to have to use
okay.
And it's good.
Looking good? Okay, never mind. It's not looking good.
And Evie is just completely
why are they fighting without their best player? Fate?
He's trying to close the distance. Caster with the flash as well.
That's so crazy, dude.
The Arctic Assault will land, and Courage is just going to have to give his life. Arja being the one to pick that one up does mean that despite the Baron falling, it's going to be Talon coming out ahead of this fight.
A woeful overestimation of their current state in the game from SHG.
It doesn't feel right to say that. Oh yeah, Fate, they're best player.
I can't understand for the life of me what triggered that into motion. Yeah, you just keep that pressure up. That tower is going down regardless. I think it was Fofo just stepping up. With Caster
didn't change.
Well. That's a crazy angle.
Yeah, that was purely reactive, and I mean, you look at it. Marvel did have the flash, so could have gotten out of that, not baited in heavy, and then resulted in.
Yeah, what the fuck is this fight actually? There's no Fate. They have Baron buff. Well, the only people they're hitting are fucking Woody and Karsa. I have no water. Fuck.
Yeah, Smite comes through as well onto Caster, but Sejuani.
Yeah, Talon's playing really shit.
So Courage also will fall there on the back end.
I don't know what their macro decision is.
The Baron, but that's essentially the gold you get for the Baron, but they've lost some on top of it. As
Talon, better prepare your check.
Strong way back in. They pretty much deny all, but
dude,
the entirety of the Baron and secure rather themselves at.
Hello? Yes, this is Talon CEO. Yes. Yes, SoftBank. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, you are watching the games. Good, good. I just want you to check your SoftBank account. Let me know if you see any numbers going up. What in the fuck? Did they lose this?
The gang is on the downline. Marble nowhere to go. Does get hit over the wall, but not before Evie's
0 damage.
Will be taking down Marble. Only Fate left, and even he's not necessarily safe.
I cannot begin to understand what is possessing SHG.
Yeah, you're all fired.
You take the tier 2, you back off. There is no reason to instigate in that situation.
What the fuck?
Such a bizarre call. I don't know why they think they're that far ahead that they can just force the issue here. And you look at it, Aja reads this so perfectly. Courage just cannot do anything.
Courage instantly fucking died. That is crazy.
Emperor's divides. And then Gang is just chewed to bits. Evie can't get away either as he has to come in to try and save his bot laner, who dies anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe Woody headbutted Marble as he got
Or
hit
for
by
one.
Ambessa, and so Marble actually got a free ticket out, but then still they were able to chase him down. But
Courage and Gang are so shit.
Alistair interaction, but still,
True.
Talon able to clean it up, mop up the back end of the fight, put themselves ahead.
Fate is usually shit, but he's playing well this game. Marble is like still hit or miss, and Evie is like still invisible, dude.
Throwing the ball over.
And this is like my LGL GOAT, dude. It's so sad watching Evie play now.
Time and time again, that fight is only that good because he immediately lands the Glacial Prison onto Courage, and Courage dies.
Yo, Tokester, what's up?
Yeah, Courage did not play that fight. He entered the fight, and that was it. He just could not do anything beyond that point. And I mean, you look at it, just everything reactive. They saw where the spear was coming down, and they say, "Okay, cool, GG."
Dude, one of these days,
Courage, but that is it for you. And this
Japan will improve. LGL's the LCK and Challengers graveyard.
6-3-10,
Yep.
6-1-10, and then
it is.
as well, 3-1-10. I mean, just collectively, they have.
Don't worry. They just need. The problem is, guys, if we're being honest, the problem is like watching this team, right? We have Courage is Korean, Fate is Korean, and Gang is Korean. The problem is they only have 3 Koreans. They need to get rid of the last 2 Japanese players and have 5 Korean players. Then they'll start winning. But unfortunately, Gang is considered... I don't know, dude, that guy speaks way too much Japanese. He's not speaking enough Korean. What they need to do is, like, send him back to Korea for a bit, make him take Korean classes, and then have him come back and play. Because I feel like that is the only way that you can actually improve.
Dragon Soul spawning possibly for Talon in 40 seconds.
Dude, I mean... That's the only way Japan has ever improved. People talk about LGL doing well at Worlds. Yeah, how many Koreans do they have?
To give it over and look for the Baron. The problem for them is
this Korea gap.
Have both Fofo and Betty at it, being that the Senna just doesn't offer that much in terms of that DPS. Teleport for better, they're just looking for the Baron. They might even, if they can get this in time, be able to contest both.
I mean, realistically, they can do this with 2.
It's always been that way, you know? For like the longest time.
They don't even know.
They're just too slow.
Yeah, they've just figured it out and it's too late.
And now, Dragon's still 5 seconds away. No one working on it here for SHG, so Talon can have their cake and eat it too at this point. Glacial Prison goes wide. Fate just out of range of it. That's a big ultimate taken away from Talon. With that, I imagine, is probably just the option to not fight and look to push is probably better for them. Still, they are trying to staunch their way into this river. Gang playing on the sides is going to be found out. Is going to have to use that ultimate onto one, and it's only Castle. He's tanking.
That fucking ult sucks, dude. Oh, lol. Lol, no Japanese league, yeah.
For SHG to go as Fofo off the back line lands the 2-man Fate sealed. Fate will teleport, no! Fofo just able to take him down, and the clean ace. The Baron there for Talon. The game 1 goes to them.
Oh, there was an opening. There was genuinely an opening there for SHG to collapse onto Aja, blow him up, and then potentially look to take the team fight from there, but they just stalled it.
Yeah, I think Gang is bad.
It was a horrendous position from
Courage
sets up a bullet time onto the one person who...
maybe Courage is the worst mid lane or jungler in the league. Gang is by far the worst support. Marble, I hate his ass, dude. I hate how much of a beta bitch he plays as.
Wait for their opportunity and pounce.
They absolutely do, and it was a close affair. The in-game screen would not describe the way this game went, but Talon do secure themselves that game 1 victory. SHG now will have side selection and have to bounce back. Their split is on the line now.
Yep.
Down 1-0. Remember, whoever loses today is eliminated from the qualifying series. Eliminated from contention of MSI.
Like, yeah, look at this, dude.
It was going so well until some
Dude, what? I don't know, man. Sorry.
I don't know what possessed SHG to think that they were in a power position. Yeah, look, they had the Baron.
Fate is the only reason these motherfuckers are in playoffs on Cheese. Yeah.
For some reason, they decided
yeah.
to the fight.
Honestly, dude.
They then
Yeah, that's fair.
Same thing again, with it going the exact same way. And I mean, they say that.
Yeah, doing my power rankings, like, I wouldn't put Fate. I put Jibian as the worst mid laner to split. There's so many games where I feel like Jibian just did not perform. Whereas, like, in this game in particular, like, I don't think Fate's good. But like, Fate legit just like wins them fights. Like he is taking that risk. Like here, like I don't know, maybe he was kind of trolling here.
If he would just find himself in a position where he was teleporting in and immediately.
But I mean, finding this angle is pretty dope.
Or just immediately dying. Fate, this was a point in the game where Talon were ahead. They were winning this fight as well. Fate finds a 3-man.
Yeah, that was a good
one kill.
Zero ulti.
He does go down off the back end of it, but Evie able to secure the last kill there onto Fofo. And here, Evie just in the back line, he's locked up. They just pour everything onto him. The flash forward again onto a 3-man equalizer.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, there's a lot of bad team fighting this team.
Which really came back to bite SHG so very hard. And if not for them, there is just as likely a chance that this is SHG closing in. And if they don't force those fights on the bot side over in tier 2, they likely win that game. And I mean, look, you look at this fight here.
Oh.
That was just some brilliance. Evie dives so deep onto Betty, draws all the attention of Talon who are trying to keep him alive. But then Fate comes through.
Yeah, I mean, Fate saved that engage, dude. Oh. I don't know, man. I think Fate did well this game. I would not blame Fate for this loss.
Marble flashes, this is a non-issue. They can just walk it out because Evie teleports in.
No, they could have walked out anyways.
If they just completely avoid that fight, this doesn't go nearly.
They don't need to fight this. They were walking out. They decided to re-engage because Evie TP. It's not really Marble's fault that he didn't flash. I don't think he needed to flash.
Gave over the soul point, and even since then they. You know, SHG had the Baron.
Like they have Baron buff. They don't know how to play 4-1. But I mean, how many times have they been in the situation?
Falling short.
They just do it again.
Like here, like dude.
Again, a little bit too hard. It is.
It's crazy how shit that Pantheon was, dude. He legit just ulted in and died and disappeared.
And you're seeing it time and time again. Evie, this time you got to give him credit. He does that to try and keep his AD carry alive. But still, Cast is able to find his way on.
Yeah, gang, like, what is that engage, dude? Like, we're just ulting Sejuani. We're using Misfortune ult on Sejuani and Rel ult. Like, what in the fuck, dude?
The Misfortune probably is one of your better options. It just, unfortunately, still does not look that impactful, even when it has a great start to the game.
Yeah, I mean, look, it was a bizarre call. I don't know why you keep forcing the fights down on the bot side, why you keep overplaying your hand.
Yeah, I don't know why either, but hey, we're here to learn, guys. We're here to learn. Dude, one of these teams is just done for the split.
It's for everyone at home, of course. From now until June 26th, you can subscribe. You get yourself an exclusive emote, which you can see on your screen. The Caitlin Tell Me Everything. You can spam it and rank TFT. Brawl, even, if you want to go and show some people what's what. But if you are a Prime subber, unfortunately, you can't get it. You need to be a full sub, but you also get uninterrupted viewership. You don't have to worry about ads in the middle of a team fight. You get the full viewing experience.
Absolutely, and with that, game number 1 all done and dusted. We're going to go to a quick break. When we're back, can SHG fight back and keep their split alive? We'll see you very shortly.
I'm going to get some water, take a piss. Let me urinate, and we'll be back for game 2. I don't know what SoftBank can do to draft differently, or like to... Because I don't think it's a draft issue, right? So I don't know how much that will change or help. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Okay, BRB, guys.
Xin chào mọi người, tụi mình là Hôm nay tụi mình sẽ chơi một trò chơi đó là Question in a Hat, Timo Hat.
If you were stranded on a desert island, who would you bring along with you? 3-person max and why?
Oh. Wait, 3-person?
Yeah, 3-person max.
I think I would bring our manager for sure. Very reliable.
Yeah.
I'll bring Poltron, because he'll do something. Actually do something.
Yeah, who else? 3 people max or just you and me?
Oh, you don't need more than like one if you want. It's just 3 people max if you want.
I mean, you and me would like run the island if we were stranded.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. We'll start planting crops and everything, you know? And then what, 6 months later, we'll have like a huge farm, we'll have our house built, and then we'll start like, you know, renovating everything. It'll be good. Yeah, it'll be good.
你不要放回去了。
チーム内で時間に厳しいの誰？
時間に厳しい。時間にうるさい人。시간 지키는 사람?
時間になんかうるさい人。何時までにしないとダメ。
아. まあ選手の中ではいないんだこれは。
マネージャーだ。
選手はない。マネージャー。
队伍里最会唱歌的人，请为我们献唱一曲。刚好到你，刚好到你，就你啊！我有用反。没有。刚好就你了。这真的要唱啊？唱。哎，太会抽了吧！
参考追命啊！
如此生活30年，直到大厦崩塌。
Người hát hay nhất của đội bạn là ai? Người đó hãy hát cho chúng tôi nghe một bài. Người đó hãy hát cho chúng tôi nghe một bài. 1, 2, 3. Phải hát. 2, 3. Hát thì go. Mic. Hát thì go. 1.
Em không là nàng thơ, anh cũng không còn là nhạc sĩ. Mộng mơ tình này nhẹ như gió, lại chiếu lên tim ta những vết thăng.
皆さん、このチームの動画見てくれてありがとうございます。この後の試合も頑張ります。じゃあ一円。バイバイ。
Chiefs, 加油!
Do you know what time it is?
Yeah.
Baby! Go!
传奇该如何铸就？
Alright, I'm back. Oh, sorry about all the technical difficulties and issues, but I'm back. Ugh. I should get a little table next to my desk. Put my water bottle and shit. How we all doing? How we all feeling? I don't know, man. It must suck to like lose like that.
やっぱりちょっと変わったチャンピオンが好きな選手なので、そういったちょっと変わったチャンピオンを出すタイミングっていうのが増えるので、結構
Says he's a person that likes weird champions, but he hasn't really pulled out anything weird.
Welcome back, everybody. Game 1 going the way of Talon. In Game 2 now, SHG with side selection and the split on the line.
Yeah, look, it was a concerning game. If you're an SHG fan, there were so many opportunities where they had to, well, all they had to do was just not fight. They not force the issue. They could have clearly taken that tier 2 and then pretty much just backed off. Marble holds his flash, gets caught, forces Evie to come teleport in to try and assist. They get wiped. They then go down there to finish the job and get wiped again. So coming onto the blue side, maybe it's going to give them something in terms of priority, which will allow them to potentially get this one over the line and force out a game 3. But given the targeting priority from Talon in that first game, there's going to be probably a 3rd or even 4th string bot laner coming in for Marble at best.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see if AD carries are the focus of these bans again. Obviously, in the game 1, there were a lot removed. Now, the Misfortune will just be removed for itself. So that's one of Marble's highest pick rate champs just gone. And he won't have the option to look for it again. Obviously, there are the likes of the Jhin that he has played pretty consistently, still available. Got a pinch on Zeri, so it's not like he's out of options. But certainly not going to be picks that are necessarily synonymous with the side of SHG. But same can be said for Talon. I think Sejuani being gone is a bit of a blow for Castle. I think he's looked pretty good on that champ and has pretty consistently soaked up more than the damage you'd expect of your Sejuani time and time again.
Go to MSI.
Nor deny what is being said there.
No, yeah.
But I mean, coming into this, Talon, I think of the 2 teams, going to be the least punished by the draft. They tend to be pretty flexible when it comes to that ban phase. SHG, not for lack of trying, have felt a little bit limited in terms of what they've found success on, purely because of how the split's gone for them. But I mean, coming into this ban, game number 70 of Split 2.
Yeah, usually I feel like Fate Azir sucks, but
for SHG.
I feel like this game he played the best by far.
Of them, you're hoping it's not. Certainly, for that game, there were many opportunities in which they could have taken the lead of the series, but unfortunately not able to get across the line. And I think the biggest blow for them is this Azir now being gone. It's kind of, I mean, you saw Fate in that game time and time again, whether it be saving his team with his Emperor's Divides.
Yeah, that is true. One of Gam or Vikings will be out today. One game 1, Badger? Who the fuck do you think?
They banned Victor on the red side.
I can't believe you're actually asking that question.
They can pick the Victor for themselves potentially.
Of course Talon won, dude. Ain't no way.
Fun fact.
I thought they almost were, like they're winning, and then they just lost, dude.
Every single game throughout the qualifying series, we crack 100 games for Split 2.
I'm not going to try and bother.
I think we clear it by 2.
There you go.
It's a lot of league.
I was like, we're gonna reverse sweep that. I wish, dude. How fucking crazy would it be if Sopek won?
Well, there's a fixed number of games, so it's not that hard. And we started with 68, so that number plus 68 was kind of easy.
Yeah, well, if it is 68 left, who knows?
But it's not going to be 68 left, jeepers. That's a lot of league elections. But coming into it, Vi, Lucian from SHG, Varus taken away from Marble. I mean, what else are you taking away from this?
Nongshim T1? Yeah, I was watching that.
Quite possibly understandable.
Kind of. At first, I was kind of watching it because I was like, there's no way Nongshim beats T1.
Yeah.
So I was like kind of watching it, then I was like, oh wait, they are. But then like there's moments where they almost lost it. Like classic.
Red, by SHG last time.
Yeah, that was on red side. He did pick up a Penta on his most recent Victor game.
Yeah, okay, so they don't want Fofo having it either.
Evie York, I can't wait. Whoa.
So what does that mean they want for their first pick? Is it a high priority jungle like the Zinzao? Is it...
You'd have to imagine, so Talia was the final ban for Talon.
Dude, ever since Karsus has been on like dog duty, I feel like he's been a lot better. I mean, Nongshim can't beat T1, dude.
Again, priority bot laners being.
I mean, dude, T1 beats a lot of teams.
It's gonna be Zin. Yeah, I'm not surprised at all there.
No, neither am I. So, Zinzao removed now, with Pantheon also gone, does mean.
Ooh.
Tier 1
it is. Oh, let's go! Evie thumbs up, dude. I'm excited now. Oh, I'm such a hater, dude. Why am I such a piece of shit? T1, DK, KT, Nongshim are pretty close. Are they though?
Is there gonna be another one though?
I don't know if I would put T1 in that group.
The Jax has been at the start of the split. The main
like in Korea, like I feel like
Skarner.
aura
You've
matters.
got Vi, Zinzao, Pantheon, all gone.
T1 Doran MVP of League? Yeah, I mean, Nongshim... Didn't Nongshim like kill him like 4 times in like 6 minutes or some shit like that?
This would be an angle that, at least
in game 2? Was it game 2?
Would result in a trundle counter.
But like, dude, I was like, what in the fuck? How the fuck is this guy just constantly dying?
But unfortunately, outside of the VCS here, and
it was game 2. Okay, yeah.
not really
Dude.
a lot of willingness.
That's crazy, dude.
Talia picked up for Fofo, so I mean they do have a lot of mobility. This Talon roster already.
You do. Neferi, much the same, a lot of mobility. Still not as strong as the first couple of weeks here of the mid-season, but still definitely a strong champion.
Dude, Doran looks so bad, dude.
It becomes very, very difficult to deal with.
I mean, I don't know why Doran's playing like Gwen of all champions. Do they know who's on T1?
Quite a high priority pick, although. Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's not quite the setup that you'd want.
Yeah, imagine the coaches just like walk up to like Doran. It's like, oh, Zeus, you're gonna have to carry game 2, and Doran's like, what? I'm Doran. He's like, Zeus, this is not the time for jokes. Zeus, we're gonna need you to carry.
I mean, it's just so much that.
Oh, you bench Guma to try to smash?
At the moment.
I mean, maybe Smash is better than Guma.
He played this last week as well.
I mean, who else are you gonna try for top lane, dude?
Able to pick up the
That's the thing. It's like, yeah, there's Doran.
In that game.
Bench Doran for who? Who can you get? Who the fuck they have?
Fans now to come through.
Anyone. No, dude, just put Doran on fucking dog champion. Listen, sometimes you gotta be like, hey, you gotta be a dog. Like, that's just how the game is.
I'm not a linguist, but if I had to interpret
like,
the sign, I think it was
a team I like, PP, right? PP, understand, hey, top jungle are the best. Baron, you're gonna have to play dog champions in bot lane. And instead of Baron going like, I don't wanna play dogs, she's like a fucking Giga Chan. She's like, yeah, give me fucking Seraphine, Lux, Mel. I'm fucking 1v9ing this bot lane, dude. I don't give a fuck. Dobby, go roam and help the other players. I'll tank all the abuse. And I respect that shit, dude. Instead you got fucking Doran trying to play Gwen. The fuck? Does Doran, do they know who the fuck they have? If I was Doran's coach, I'd be like, listen Doran, you're playing fucking Scion, Ornn, like, I don't give a fuck what else, you know, like, fucking York, I don't give a shit. You're not playing like, you know, high-skilled champions that need like assistance.
Picks the Jinny shouldn't be in the worst position to deal out that damage, and if the fight is chaotic enough, shouldn't really be threatened by either Ari or Neferi in this situation. Kaisa
is T1 locked in for third?
I mean, look, does play all right with this comp for Talon.
Oh, they are. Oh, okay.
It's not nearly as scary as the likes of an Ari Vi type deal, but I mean, yeah, Ash at least stands out to me.
No, you just play, you just the dog of the team. Like, dude, okay, listen. Like, I think Karsa is not a good player, right? But right now, I respect him because game 1 he plays Sejuani. He looked really good on Sejuani. Game 2, he's playing Skarner. Like, he's just like, yeah, I'll be the team dog as long as we win. Like, that's respectable.
Admittedly, if I was them, I'd be happy you knew the support and not the AD carry, because AD carry picked.
Like, I had him third on my like all pro list. I mean, excluding what's it called? No, did I have him third? I think I had him second. Yeah, excluding or including Ginger, he'd probably be like around third, right? Like, that's still like, you know, better than what we think of him.
This is the Jin game you want it to be.
Yeah, I think Talon are really happy with that. I mean, I don't know how.
Yeah, Maokai, Sejuani, Skarner. Like, yeah, sometimes he'll play like the Wukong and shit, but like, he's basically there to help set up the team.
At least there's no Scion. Oh, I think maybe it very much similar in terms of crutch status as the Misfortune.
Oh, Jin.
Yeah, it gets through lane fine, but like, that's cool and all, but you still want to be doing damage. And unfortunately,
Yes, Carso's peak.
Not really
Yeah.
carried out for that DPS, and so
I mean, RNG, TS, and part of V5, I thought Carso was really good. Like, I don't know. I wanted Carso to do well at Worlds. There's like 2-3 year time, I thought Carso was like a top jungler in the world, right?
With that Rakan, but being that you're the team that took away the Rakan,
Yeah.
just have to enjoy the
And
game.
yeah, it's kind of fallen off since then.
With an RE pick.
How can you
Don't
not
really
fall
want
off
Rakan
since
following
then?
up on that at all.
Exactly.
I mean, look, yes, it does all right. Just in terms of range, is going to be a bit of a struggle. I think very thankful that
Ooh,
the
what is
champions that are off
that?
the board are off
Dude,
the
the
board.
like YouTube emotes are like
I'm
so
still
weird. I don't even know what the fuck half of them are
very,
supposed to
very
be.
concerned for Marvel. I don't know if this is necessarily what you want to gamble your split life on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like the Jin from
for
Marvel.
SHG,
I don't think he
it
plays a
comes
good
down to
Jin.
this, and a Jin pick is what they've chosen for it. Now, a lot of the pressure for them, and kind of how they win, isn't going to be in fights anyway, so you can kind of...
Hey, let's go fighting!
You're trying to win through those side lanes, win through this Yorick. And so you're really wanting Evie to get ahead. If Evie gets ahead, then you don't have to care about the fact that your Jin can't really get through the health bar of Ascana, because everyone's going to have to try and stop this Yorick from hitting away at the side lanes and getting just pressure the entirety of the game.
Problem being is that with the KMTlol's draft, that it gives them a decent
Badger,
leg up in
2024
terms of objective
CFO
pressure.
was so
They
bad.
should be able to at least take those, which is where they sort of thrive. Just that slow burn, get the objectives, ramp up to a point where the enemy team just can't deal with you, and especially with Aja on something like the Renekton, that
I can't believe you brought that up. That actually tilts me, dude. That actually tilts me. Dude, like, last year, CFO, I don't know, dude. Watching them, like, communicate and, like, try to work together, it was, like, so bad.
leave sort of that lane phase.
Like, too many egos and no one to manage them. I was like,
Putting in
what
to
the
try and help. So,
fuck?
I mean, Talon play their cards right and can play the positioning.
Like,
which I
nobody
think
gelled
arguably
on the
did.
team.
They should be able to take it.
Having to watch that and stuff, ugh.
Game number 2.
Like, you only had to watch the official matches, dude. I had to
Even
watch
the
the
split here for
scrims and the
SHG.
reviews.
They're banking it all on what is a draft we haven't really seen much of. You know, the Neferi we saw.
So
it
consider yourself
quite early
lucky.
on, but it has
Softback was not
definitely fallen
peak.
down in priority.
Call me a hater. Fuck, dude. If CFO was, like, not dog shit,
Professional play.
like, SoftBank should not have won. They should not have made it to Worlds.
So against Italia, starting with that Orb of Deception for a bit of that lane push.
I mean, you know why Gang happened? It's because they needed someone that is considered Japanese.
Both not wanting
And
to lose
Gang
either one.
and Arya, I think, are the only two that are in that
Hardest part of
position.
the lane, of course, for RG is right now. Renekton, a bit of a pinata when it comes to level 1.
I know, it's going to be an interesting game for sure. Casa was intensely proactive in that last one, despite that first blood going over to Courage and Evie. From there on out, Casa he just stuck his nose down, got to farming as much as possible, and what a hook from Eddie, Woody.
That was a crazy hook. Betty getting hit on the back end of that Zenith blade, but great
look,
save.
It wasn't a sniping a Kaiser out of the air hook, but it was still pretty darn good.
Yeah.
Yang is Korean, yeah, but he counts as Japanese.
Oh, the joys of Europe.
That's the thing. There's very few players that are considered Japanese that are actually Korean. Yeah, so he doesn't take up an import slot. That's why they're able to have 3 Koreans.
I think he did just spot him out too, because the ping comes out there.
He knows the red buff chasing Casa up here. It's going to be fairly obvious that the Scana is up in this area. Casa with a nice stun there, dragging Courage, but full priority of this jungle going the way of the Neferi for the time being. Casa's going to try and contest for the red buff, but he did smite away the Krugs, so it doesn't really feel like it's all that easy.
Gang Leona, told you, GG. What the fuck?
First move on this Renekton, but Evie's hot on his chase.
Oh, don't die for this red buff, Courage.
So there's no way he gets
You have
this red.
smite.
Yeah, but they might get Courage.
Oh, he almost fucked that up. Oh, he still fucked that up.
Courage may be playing his hand a little bit too much, but
Run, bitch, run!
used there by RJ onto.
Oh, what? You're not gonna walk through tower?
So he does actually not find what he'd
Oh,
want.
okay, never mind. I thought Carson was. Also,
Don't lose any minions, being that it is the ghouls tanking up the tower. Castle still no spine. Okay, he does have it.
Yeah, it just comes off cooldown there.
Ugh.
So a lot of mind games already, which I think is courage you kind of need to in this situation, knowing the capacity of jungler that you're playing into right now, and knowing full well that he was so influential, and Carson just gonna run straight down to that second scuttle.
Support's coming up.
This is so doomed. This is so fucked.
Using his W to get more dogs
Okay,
out,
gang
play
hits
creep,
Nautilus.
to the Nautilus, and
They're so low, dude. I think they're losing this fight, no? Okay, lands a snare. Ari's here is a straight up 4v4 for Scuttle Crab. Gang goes down. Okay, Betty's going down. Betty flashes out. Oh my god, there's no way. But they're still fighting? Dude, Carson has no help. Oh, Courage lives. Okay, he's actually huge. Okay, let's go. 2 for 1.
Here of SHG, and once again they're leading early.
A little bit chaotic there, but it works out. You definitely take the 2 for 1. You get a kill onto your jungler and your mid laner. Yeah, look, you lose.
Next 5 minutes to throw that lead.
Still going to Betty, but we've seen what fate.
Oh, dude, eventually they'll throw the lead. Don't worry. We're excited now, and then we get the letdown. I try not to think about it, because like if I actually thought about the future, I would not be excited about any of these wins. Okay. Gang! 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 Even though that E didn't matter, just the fact that you missed that E is fucking disgusting, dude. That is so fucking bad. Gang, please, you have to learn that one.
Big opportunities.
Like, come the fuck on.
And for sure, it looks like
he's missing.
A great spot for this, but
can't land any skill shots. I mean, dude, if Q, like, luckily his Q is not a skill shot, or is he be missing that as well?
And Marvel is just left to his own devices here in the middle of it. Betty forced to flash away, which is
yeah, he missed E here too, but at least that one was like a little bit like, you know, that one I can understand. Like it didn't look disgusting. It didn't look like a disgusting E miss.
Eager in this situation.
Like that's like this one. This is the one where I'm like, dude, there's no excuse. There's no excuse. Dude, that's crazy that you missed that shit, dude. It's crazy. Oh, now Evie's gonna die.
No flash. Actually, flash available for everyone. Will be utilized by Evie to get away from Casa, and
I didn't even know that could work.
Navigating as Arja takes a massive chunk of damage from.
It was intentional.
Some style points there. For
He's trying to look badass and be like, hey, next time I will miss.
Coming 5 minutes, of course.
Okay.
Again, so
fuck?
Next time, Arja's dominance is back.
Like I never understood that threat in like movies and stuff. They like throw a spear and completely whiff it and be like, hey, next time I will miss. Like, well, how do I know you did that intention the first time? What if you like? It's like a perfect excuse. I miss a shot. Hey, next time I won't miss.
But he's just headed back to lane.
You missed so many. Enemy will be cocky. Hook here. Oh. True.
Everyone's here. Hook does go
okay, he lands the Q. I don't know why I said that, but yeah.
Damage and does so. Betty lands a 2-man root though.
Oh, that root looked weird with that skin.
Casa was able to get his blue buff just there.
You know, they say that like you hit about 50% of the hooks, right? So if you intentionally miss 50 hooks in a row, that means the next 50 hooks you throw will be 100% guaranteed to land. Mathematically, statistically accurate. That's how that shit works, right? Dude, you can't fuck with math.
They need to keep playing as they are currently.
Casa with 6 now. Yeah, no, he's just.
Yeah, Gang hasn't been running it down yet.
But you can see Talon definitely respecting here, given how this early game.
I mean, if you've been watching how Gang plays.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I guess he does want to intentionally miss hooks.
Now for Sheen, so that trading power even more difficult to do.
I'm hoping this Courageous Fury looks a lot better than his Pantheon. That Pantheon towards the end was like, oh, so depressing, dude.
the grubs here. We'll see if they're able to get all three. Caster, I imagine, not wanting to give over them all if given the choice, but...
Yeah, respect the Carson, dude. He's just playing Skarner. He's going to be useful throughout the whole game.
That they're able to trade.
They're looking for a potential collapse, though.
They're getting fucked. Can he get out? Evie might be dead. Oh, they're gonna fight this? Okay, Karsa's ult. He dodged the Karsa ult. That's actually kind of huge. Oh, Evie's still alive. Evie's still alive. Bunk! He heals. Oh, it's actually huge. Damn! Utsu's down.
Limps away, but limps away is good enough. The charm even connecting there.
Damn, boy!
He's actually able to escape. Still 2 for 0. A tower plate as well, and the Void Grubs. SHG quick.
Heavy York is something different. If by something different, you mean not dog shit? Then I agree.
That's a rough gig. Yeah, I mean, Arju was so close to finding.
Dude, that's like saying like, yo, Kevin's Zyra support is something different. Yeah, I run it down on every other champion. I get my one trick, and I look like a human being, not like an intentional feeder. You're 100% right, dude.
Drop everything onto Evie here, who does not have flash, gets one Q off, walks out as Arju gets stunned, turns, gets another Q off onto Woody. So he's just healing up as much as possible.
It's looking decent this time around. I mean, listen, we don't talk about the E. We don't talk about his E's, but...
And the pot pumping away for Evie. He survives.
And so, looking to take us to a game 3 here, SHG, and looking good while doing it.
Oh, Jinx, nice. Fuck you, Vestion. Oh, SHG looking to take us to a game 3. What the fuck are you talking about, dude? The only place they're taking you is... The only place they're taking is your fucking order! There you go. I saved the joke.
If SHG managed to turn this around, Flash out of Fofo.
Okay, gang, making Fofo Flash. Let's go.
Especially against the Ari. Very
Do you want fries with that, sir?
Game without the Flash. It's gonna have to.
French fry, Hoshi this guy.
Dragon doesn't feel.
French fry? No, I don't know what French fry in Chinese. Fuck.
If he just turns.
I gotta start learning, dude, so I can work at McDonald's too. I'll be alongside Gang. I don't know why he's still be in Taiwan working at McDonald's, but fucking dude. I'll teach him the ways. With fries in the bag.
I mean, look at the state of the game. SHG are just
I would like a Diet Coke. I'm on a diet.
Will be the Dragon, all but certain to go over to SHG. And for the side of Talon, more than likely just having to bide their time, hope the Xayah gets the items on, wait for Talia to get some items. The scaling certainly.
These dragons are so late.
Like the side of SHG or any.
I feel like Dragon Power has gone down quite a bit.
Neferi, Yorick, all very scary in their own right.
Even scarier considering the fact that they got all 3 Void Grubs there onto a Yorick. So those towers, if given time, drop very, very quickly.
Evie's looking.
That was an ego move if I've ever seen one.
Evie making sure Caster's not able to pick up that blue, defending it for courage, and just getting everything they could ever dream of currently.
Dude, why is Sopping looking so good early game? What in the fuck? Or is Talon's early game just so dog shit that he can't win it?
Evie's having a grand old time, well on the way to his Trinity Force. The big power point being still Betty at the moment in the bot lane. Every other lane, every other role really, just going swimmingly for SHG. I mean, almost single-handedly a 1.5k gold lead in that top side alone.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Evie, once again, he should be that driving force. He should be the carrier of this team. They've picked the Yorick, so he needs to get ahead. He needs to be able to push that advantage. And if he's able to keep playing the way he has so far here in Game 2, it looks pretty good for SHG. But they are... It always feels like it, especially just to get...
I wonder what the next objective should be Rift Herald, right? 2 minutes.
And he's on a champion that certainly can do so. Not the best champions in the game against the Xayah. Admittedly, the mobility does make it hard for you to land those roots, but all it takes is one stun to land onto Fate, onto Marble. And very quickly you can find your health depleting 2-0.
Absolutely. Gintel's finished up now. For Betty. Oh, the hook lands, but it's on to Gang.
Okay, Gang's been chilling.
Yeah. Trying to staunch out around this vision control here in the river.
Why are they fighting for this ward? There's like nothing available. Why are we just fighting here?
Does find the flash.
Bait is caught out. Okay, he flashes, ults out. Safety Gangs is in there. He's in the middle of everyone. Oh, he's in the thick of it. Everybody knows. Oh, he flashed out everyone. Oh, shit, dude. Let's go. Oh, Jin ult. Oh, everyone's full health, so does tickle damage. Come on! Come on! Oh, Woody! Oh my god, that Fate! Oh, the charm! Oh, fuck this! Oh, shit! What is going on? Holy shit balls! That was like a fucking clown fiesta. Like, nobody died? I still don't know what the fuck they're fighting for. Like, that pink ward? They're having a 5v5 over a pink ward vision? What the fuck?
Can't really do much.
Oh.
Happy, just.
Oh, dude, this thing is so weird, dude. Like, look at this fucking fight. It is such a mess.
Catches the time, takes some decent damage.
Like, okay, Karsa, good flash E, honestly, looks for that ult, pulls them in. Then Gangs is in the middle of everyone.
The fact that Gang survives is probably one of the more.
And Gang flashes out.
Flashes over the wall, gets away. Curtain call is dropped by Marble to just create.
Yeah, like, I don't know what the fuck this curtain call is. Like, look at Woody hooking right here. Oh, he fucking saved his ass, dude. I wanted to show the fact that he missed the Q with it, and then Fate missed the charm. Evie?
Some pressure. Courage going to be looking for Fofo here in the back end. And with him showing his face in the bot lane, Arja's not going to look to contest. Good defense of the tower.
He can't leave Fofo to his own device.
I got blue balled.
To work with no defensive capabilities whatsoever. So if Courage goes for the collapse, he's got a free avenue out.
Talon is so bad.
Had to play it smart. And as much as he would have liked to have gone,
yeah. Do you think? Who do you think is better?
More than it was worth.
Secret Whales or
next dragon up?
Talon.
It would be the second of the game. SHG picking up the first one for themselves. Rift Herald, though, is going to be started by Talon. Can the collapse come through? There's no flash on the Skarner, but everyone else here on the side of Talon does have theirs. Fate does not on the other side. Neither does Gang.
Big vision there from Courage. But it seems that they're not too keen on contesting the Herald at the moment.
Yeah, recall being channeled. Courage still staying in the area, maybe looking for a smite. His dogs will block the hook there from Woody, but objective picked up here for Talon in that Rift Herald. It does cost them a tower and the feats of strength alongside it here, as Evie stayed in the bot side that entire time. And
they already had it. He took the tower on the top side first.
Oh, there you go.
Because he's Yorick and he just does that. So they weren't really all that threatened. I think at worst.
Dude, I don't know what the fuck they can do besides bringing in 2 Koreans. Like, honestly, I don't know what the fuck they can do. Like, do you try out? I mean, they should. They should do like scrims and tryouts, right?
Yeah, we'll see. Fofo
like,
does not have teleport.
Try out Bulu Kaka with Karsa, and I don't know who else you can do with Fofo. That's a problem. Their jungler's like Ren Yi is not that good.
Talon are just going to relinquish it, give over that second objective, that second dragon. And it will be SHG picking it up for themselves. Now on 2 dragons for them, 2-0 in terms of that scoreline. Starting to push 4K gold advantage, almost there.
Half of which, more than half of which is currently in Evie's bank account.
Yeah.
He's sitting very, very happy at the moment, but Carson and Woody posturing in the wings will drop that Herald. This will likely be the mid-tier 1 going down, all but certainly.
Yeah, might not quite have the damage. We'll have a look. It'll be a close call, I think. Not going to be able to stop it. And they do manage to take it out. Woody ends up very far forward. Hit the hook there onto a dog. Does have to pop the locket, and Impale does come through. This is probably Gang going down. He's very far in the back line. Fofo securing the first kill. Teleport coming in.
Okay. Support for support trade. Oh!
With the flash, he gets the stun.
Oh, Marble's got out.
Marble trying to run for his life, but Archer's going down first.
Oh, they're not gonna help. Oh, they're not. Oh, Courage. Do they have like no health, no mana? Dude, Karsa's fucking everyone in the back line.
Secures one. Karsa will go down as well. A 3-for-3 is going to be the
Never mind.
result of this fight, and a very close affair.
Problem being, is all that gold goes into Yorick, who wants to be an island, wants to be self-sufficient. That is going to make him even more so in these side lanes. Betty picking up yet another kill. At least alleviate some of that pressure for the bot side duo. And they kind of just sacked off. Marvel said, look, whatever. He's sort of done what he can in this team fight. Let him be. If he can then play spoiler. And yeah, again, Woody being just absolutely thrown under the bus by these dogs. That's I think the third dog now that he's accidentally caught.
Yo, spam, yeah, I think I say. Just download a game called Bongo Cat.
Comes in, just gets what he needs to onto Woody and then gets himself out and away. And then, yeah, Marvel, the easy target, the seismic shove onto two, but unfortunately one of the two is Evie, who turns around, gets a great smack off, gets so much HP back, and Casa, because of this, is well deep in the back line. And, yeah, the Blade Caller just clipping Courage there. All those feathers.
So, I mean, considering the score before this was...
I can't even hear the video.
Again, we said it, almost a 4K gold advantage. That's a pretty big team fight for Talon. Able to go even, they close that gold gap just a little bit, and importantly, they pick up a massive chunk of gold for their AD carry in Betty on the Zaya.
Oh, he just like bongos while you just type? Dude, that's crazy.
He is. And while that can be good, really, the Renekton can probably just more often than not clear the minion waves out in front of Evie, which can sort of halt the pressure. I mean, that is part of why this Renekton is picked into it. Of course, it does threaten.
So doing negative damage? Yeah, he still has one item though.
Importantly, especially at this stage of the game, Evie shouldn't realistically be able to hit these towers outside of
Zoom time, my bad.
To a team fight, because he can so easily just.
What is this mid jungle draft?
Q it with the empowered Q and E out. So
wait, you don't like Skarner Talia?
Renekton can only really join these fights after Evie has chosen to himself.
Yeah, I mean, think realistically, Evie, with the full set of grubs, just kind of wants Aja to leave for those team fights. He wants the team to play safe. And
Pale does connect here onto Courage. He's got no way out. What a fine out of Fofo, and Courage will connect there on the ultimate as well. That's the...
Was that a Fofo catch? I thought it was Karsa catch.
You see the pings here for Talon headed towards this Ardakan, and not looking like the easiest contest. Arjek trying to run his way up there. No teleport on him. You see...
Slowly but surely they just throw.
Pathing out into the mid lane. Can look to join his team as Fate and Gang in the area alongside Marble. Many a game thrown at this other card. Could it be yet another for either of these teams?
There. Teleport.
What are they waiting for? You gotta fight! You don't have a jungler! Wait, what are we fucking doing with Jin ult? Auto? Fight? Shoot? Marble? They're fighting! Are you guys not gonna fight? Okay, they catch the charm. Oh, and the flip! Oh!
Benny picks up another. That's a second shot down onto the AD carry.
Oh, imagine if you had Jin ult now. I can't hear you. I don't know, man. Every time I scream, sometimes they listen to me. I feel like they can hear the vibrations of me farting.
Start onto Courage, but won't result in anything. Just a defense of this mid tower. Talon have fought their way back in now. 500
Dude.
4 minutes ago it was 4K.
Like, what? Why are they waiting so long? I mean, like, if Woody didn't initiate that fight, like, what would have happened? They just would have watched them take fucking Otacon for free? You don't have a jungler. You're supposed to fight while they're doing Otacon, because they have lower resistances.
You land the charm here onto Arjib. The seismic shove's good enough to take down Gang. There were already some feather blades set behind Evie there, able to just pull them back and take that as well. And
maybe.
Again, as I said during the fight, there was another shutdown picked up. And
I don't know. I don't feel like Talon's lacking damage though. Like, honestly, like, looking at the draft as a whole, I don't feel like it's that big of a problem.
If Evie doesn't come and join the fight and they just back off.
Like, I don't think it's like a draft gap. I feel like it's more player skill gap.
It's crazy how much they probably could have come out on top there. If he shoves that bot wave in, he does, if not taking the tier 2, he does a huge amount of damage onto it, sets it up for the next push later on, but instead teleports up to join the team to try and fight, and then ultimately they lose out in a pretty big way.
Yeah, I mean, considering he's already in the mid lane, I think he could have just taken out that mid tower.
That too, yeah.
But unfortunately, that's not what occurred. Now, Arja sitting there waiting for Evie to walk out. There's going to be a solar flare come out as 4 members jump onto Arja.
Let's go.
Just one-shot him. That's going to be this tower going down. Fofo yet to respond. Woody running for his life back to the tower. This is a 5v3 up in the top side for the time being.
But a complete another teleport mismatch. There's no one who can actually go and answer Fofo without recalling. So he doesn't need to force the issue. Just his presence down in the bot
I
side.
mean, he has Lee Andrews now, though. Like, Talon has Lee Andrews. Like, Zaya also does quite a bit of damage.
And slowly working their way back into this game.
And, like, they have short range, so Zaya should be strong in that sense. I feel like, in my opinion, Zaya's really good into team comps that have, like, short-ranged abilities and skills. Or attacks as well.
In the hands of Evie has now all but been answered by Betty. I mean, if not for Betty picking up some massive shutdowns in the last couple of fights, he's not nearly in the position that he's in.
Yeah, now very close to his Infinity Edge, and once that item's online, there will be a pretty sizable mismatch when it comes to those team fight effectiveness. To
yeah, I guess.
Is able to be output by Betty versus.
But
especially with just how well.
I mean, Talon's always had draft issues.
He's under a bit of pressure here. We'll get that Weaver's Wall.
Okay.
Out. Does clear the distance. Woody now.
Is Woody in trouble now?
SHG over the wall, gang. He has that solar flare. The flash from Woody is not.
There we go. That's how I want to see Jin all be used. Actually, nice. Oh, gang is just dead.
Drag that Leona back towards his Zaya, but not able to find the damage.
Oh, never mind. He just lives.
Gang, even though he's ticking down with that burn, won't be falling. It is just Woody, unfortunately, going down there for Talon, but another big win for SHG as they're fighting to gain control yet again here.
Betty stops it being so much worse, though. It interrupts the Hex Flash out of
I feel like they're going to have a hard time killing Renekton Garner in these 5v5s.
All the while, Evie down.
That's how I feel. I feel like Sopping would have a hard time getting kills.
A great charm catch on the Woody. They were looking for Fofo. Unfortunately, just a little bit too slow in stopping that Weaver's Wall from coming out. But Woody, yeah, charmed out of the hook there, rooted up. Oh, no, yeah, sorry. Would have been the dog. But a charm on top of it as well. It's easy to body block someone when there's 5 here.
It is. Betty not able to find the damage here onto Gang. So it was just the 1 for 0. Very close, admittedly, but the Jin's never going to be killing that Skarner. Not for a while, anyway. Infinity Edge now in the inventory of Betty, so he's going to be hitting that much harder. His feathers going to be ripping through health bars that much quicker.
I'm actually kind of impressed with how Fate's doing well in this series. I always feel like Fate is actually not that good. But this time he's like playing like, you know, respectable. Like worthy of an import slot.
Is willing to look aggressively here though.
Great way. Betty or out to early game? Yeah, there was like a lot of weird fights.
Of course, you're looking towards Evie more than anyone else to be taken.
True. I mean, like I get what you're saying, Ricer. I'm just thinking of the context of this game, but I feel like you're talking more about like in general. Like Talon is like they can't win like this against better teams. Like it works against SoftBank because SoftBank is ass. Oh. He just bought Magi's and now he just died. Player gap? Yo, KMTlol, I agree. I mean, like, who on SoftBank is better than a player on Talon? There is no one. Like, nobody on SoftBank is a better player than their opposite on Talon. Shut the fuck up, Badger.
That could very well be a tier 3 if they hurry things up, but no. Baron take and those empowered recalls. Unfortunately, Betty just chews through these objectives. They'll get it.
Evie, my goat! Yeah, an actual goat, because he's bad!
All but nullified by the rest of the map.
It is all nullified. Only 700 gold, the advantage
Gang?
overall for SHG, and every single shekel that's keeping them even remotely even is Yorick, who doesn't want to be in these fights.
Dude, Gang needs to go back to Korean military. He should stay there. Yeah, like Karsa, nice catch, dude. That was actually sick.
Absolutely ripped through.
I mean,
it was a horrendous
maybe Fate shouldn't have been. Should have altered away.
Completely airballs it. If they land that onto Betty, that team fight becomes very, very scary. He's forced to cleanse away.
Straight out of one fight into the next. RJ has teleport. He has the dominance back in.
Dude.
Keep an eye on Gang. He's got to look for some form of
if I'm a hater, like, if you're not a hater of Gang, like, do you even like League of Legends?
He finds the rip down, and that is the Yorick. The guy with all your gold just shredded. Dragon number 2 for Talon as the soul points will even up.
Yeah, I'm just...
I don't want to watch this game anymore, dude. What was that, dude? What the fuck did I just watch Evie do?
SHG at the moment is a nuisance.
That shouldn't be allowed. That should be like
Right, loses that
investigated.
ultimate, has to dodge away from
There's
the hook from
something
Woody.
weird about
It's
that.
only the one usage, yes. He's still looking aggressively and finds a good amount of damage onto Betty, and maybe that's enough to stop this push for now. They only have the one wave for Talon, so they're not able to find all that much progress. It's pretty easy to clear out when it's just a singular Baron wave coming in. Wave clear's not great for SHG, but it is enough.
Who will do damage onto Skarner, Jin, and a Fury? Ari.
Now can rotate towards the bottom lane as well, where RJ has slowly but surely been creeping those minions forward.
It's not Jin. I don't know if it's the Fury.
Doesn't have flash, so is vulnerable. You saw it doesn't matter how far ahead he is. He has next to no resistances for this Xayah.
Dude, I can't wait.
Investment into the Merc Treads means that Betty has a pretty free time. And just chewing
4K gold lead from the Baron play. Nice
He's
talent.
got a 700 gold shutdown, which no one in SHG was able to achieve this game before they were taken out of the equation.
Listen, I don't know why. I don't think York is good for SoftBank because I don't think they know how to play side lanes. Like, just pick. Like, the only way they win is like simple front to back 5v5 team comps.
But unfortunately for them, have relinquished that power back over to the side of Talon. Tournament lives on the line. Weaver's Wall coming in for Fofo, but that's just to clear out the minions to not lose this mid tower. We'll be able to achieve that.
I just don't know what the win condition is from here for SHG to get themselves back into this series. I mean, they needed Evie playing those side lanes. If he's not drawing Aja away from a team fight, he's taking towers. But he's just consistently been there first. Not even leaving it up to, you know, sort of that teleport coin toss. He's just been there, meaning that Aja is the one who has that ability to react.
Blue buff. Gromp will be secured. There's no Baron, so it's a pretty easy job here for SHG to clear out the minion waves as they
I'm still confused. Oh, I mean, it's fine.
Off the mark. Betty might get stunned up.
Oh, Betty gets stunned.
Pressure here. Call's gonna come out,
that Jin ult's so useless. It's hit Skarner like 9 times. He has lost like 2 HP. Oh, he's just out healing. He's out healing you with fucking unending despair. Oh my god, is this actually winnable? I can't even tell, dude.
Not able to find an angle back in. Gang does go down. That's the only member of this.
Is Marvel even doing damage?
Low health bars for both the carries of Talon. Maybe playable for SHG still. Maybe able to clear out these minion waves. There's no Baron, of course, and Marble stepping up aggressively.
Why is Marble stepping up aggressively?
Feels very confident to be this far up. Woody looking to punish now.
Here comes the croc. Yeah, I mean, the BBC didn't really do too much that time.
What the game plan was there.
He teleported in and then just kind of like walked out.
I mean, SHG weathered that pretty comfortably, I think. All said and done. Again, the solo play is just off the money.
Yeah, I just don't understand why Marble would ult here. Like, what is he trying to do?
Takes half HP, the curtain call comes out, so forces Talon.
Like, now he's like a million miles away from the rest of the team.
Great flanking from Fate. Woody just straight into the wall, unfortunately. And picture in picture, Evie's finally getting himself back to objective taking. Gang falls, cast of the trade. Evie picking up that kill as well.
Oh, never mind, he left. Yeah, Jin is kind of useless this game.
But no tower.
You still see the lack of damage. This is not here. Yeah.
It's less about the pressure and more about the gold that it does just inject into a team.
Wait, were you not saying Talon has lack of damage? I felt like Talon had enough damage. It was SoftBank that couldn't do anything. I don't know, maybe they're both comps have shit damage. Like, they instantly killed Evie last Dragon fight.
There's no teleport available for Argus, so Evie being in this.
Did you not see Jin tickling Carson's like butthole?
The wave slowly pushing back towards SHG in their bottom lane.
That's my interpretation of Marvel's Jin.
Baron up. Yeah, as much as you want to try and force the issue on one of those side lanes, Evie kind of needs to be here.
Dragging
Great
up
flash.
the flash hook lands onto Gang. The Soul
Wait,
Flare used
why
onto
is Woody
this
level 13?
Nautilus.
Gang's level
Fofo
11.
dodging around on that charm.
And
Comes back,
Evie
lands the flash
is
hook, but Evie
down.
He is taking a lot of
Jin is
damage.
all taking it. He'll have full health.
Landing onto
He's
anyone
doing like
important. Evie
butthole
working
damage.
away on the top side of the fight. Will be
I,
down
dude,
by
this is,
Arjun,
I
taken
hate,
out. That's a 1-for-0.
dude.
And all your priorities.
I feel like
down,
nobody
Barrett
understands
forced
how to play
flash as well.
Jin.
And this
That's
will
called the
be
Diddy
another
special.
free
Dude,
Baron
Diddy did
for
more
Talon,
damage than fucking Jin,
unfortunately.
okay?
Fofo going to make sure the Dragon doesn't fall as well. So with Betty and Casa staying, the rest of the team going to join with the Talia. They're gonna be able to take that Baron, defend the Dragon, and get that for themselves as well. And for the next 3 minutes, it's going to be Talon pushing towards the base of SHG to close out the series and get themselves that second life, but more importantly, to get themselves to the top 4.
Again, I can't understand why Evie is in these fights as heavily as he is. I think realistically, stick him in a side lane. I mean, even if they just
Yeah, why is Fate playing silence more than York?
A lot of damage. It completely undermines Talon's ability because he just takes. If he is off in the side lane during that fight, someone has to go answer him. Arjun's not.
Well,
there.
I think the problem is
Oh.
he has to be in the fight because everyone else is so far behind that if they don't have Yorick, they are literally 6k gold behind.
Oh, with
So
Yorick,
they
they're
need
not
him
doing
there.
anything.
So they need him there, but to get him there, I think they need to play through a side lane first. The
Yeah.
problem is that Talon are just pressuring constantly. So the second that Evie's not seen, they're able to just go forward, and there's no way they're going down. But here, Evie, he tries to flash away, but he's flashing towards the base of Talon, and you know, RJ
Oh,
stuck
Leona
up
just
in
died
that
in the
bit for a
side
little bit,
lane.
but I believe he's flashing
Nice!
forward, he's just able to
Let's
confirm.
go. I just watched the picture-in-picture, and Gang is dead.
Oh,
Again.
When it goes bad, it goes worse.
Yeah, Reigns a pause.
Yeah, unfortunately.
And it's Hawks versus the Talons. And looks like the Talons are winning.
I don't know. Talons are the
Gango meter is rising.
Makes sense.
Could be its beak.
It's reaching critical.
So they're going to send Fofo to answer.
I've never seen a support so shit in my life.
That's what's hitting you as it screams out of the sky. You're not diving in face first.
Almost going to be taken down now. Once again, I mean, it's just another game where this Jin just seems wholly useless. And not because Marble's playing poorly by any stretch of the imagination.
He kind of
His
is.
only
So much as Jin
reasonable
can do.
targets is Woody and
I think
Carson.
Marble's playing
But even
not
then,
well.
He's been able to find that one really important snare onto Betty in the top side, but the follow-up's just not there. He's not able to follow up on it either, being that he is just the Jin. Unfortunately, it's left him in a position pretty dire. Of course, that's only because of some misplays earlier on in the game. They were up a ridiculous
Against Carter
amount of
is
gold,
useless?
went even in
Yeah.
some team fights.
It's not good.
Gave over some shutdowns to Betty. Betty now, is that a gold lead?
But I mean, the way he's
Only
playing
once
Jin is also not
Evie able to find for
helpful.
himself in that isolated 1v1.
Yeah.
The unfortunate situation is when an 80 carry is up this much gold over another 80 carry, it's a whole lot more important than when a top lane is up that much gold over a Renekton.
Yeah, the opportunity to jump onto Betty has just been non-existent as well.
Yeah,
So
Betty
he's
has full items and
playing
Jin's
fight
aren't
focus.
working on his fifth.
Unfortunately,
So it's not really crazy.
So hard to get through. They just haven't been able to find that opportunity to get onto the priority targets in the backline.
Absolutely. Once again, Talon, Castle leading the charge, trying to storm through, get their vision for themselves. This could be the final stand. The Weaver's wall's coming out. Evie is not going to have a way out of that wall, but he is far enough away that he's not under any pressure for the time being.
That's a
And
weird
Talon's
wall by
gonna go
Evie.
down. Evie's locked up. So much damage through from
Yeah,
those
Fate
Weavers,
is
nothing
constantly
else.
split
He's
pushing.
going to have to go get his health back.
But
Carlson,
like what? Like
so
what?
tanky,
Why is
no one
Ari
can
split
go through.
pushing and
Marvel
you're
loses his flash there.
grouped?
Everything's still available right now for the side of Talon. Only RJ with
What
the
are they
missing.
doing? Why are they looking for ults?
Sidestepping
You
out of the
don't
soldier
have
once again. That's
Ari!
Another key ultimate missing now is the mid lane inhib.
It's a 45!
Down.
Please!
Fate coming to rejoin his
What
team
are we
on
doing?
Mars.
Switch in position.
Take a lot of
What
damage.
the
Evie
fuck
is
did I
gonna
just
go to the
watch?
top side, and Talon are going to have to answer this somehow. You see RJ trying to look for that recall.
What the fuck? This ain't serious!
Looks like this recall will be getting off. Talon have lost their inhibitor as Evie takes it on that top side and everyone's running. That's the cleanse gone from Betty, but the ult gone from Fate.
He's sticking around. No Maiden, unfortunately. Yeah, draws out Fofo's TP as well, and if he just backs himself off, that's job done, honestly.
That's what we wanted to see. Have Evie with the team. I think they're very smart
I've never seen
utilization
someone
of teleport. You
TP
need
to
Evie with the team
base
because he's
and
the
the
only
guy
one
in
that
base
can stand tall.
TP to lane. That is
How are you getting out
fucking
of this? Managed to
wild.
slow onto Woody. He does not have teleport. He just used it. Courage is trying to save him, but there is no saving this Yorick. Just going to stun him up. This could be the game over. Unfortunately, Evie not able to get out of there. Maybe hung around too long. Walked into the base of Talon and will pay the price. Now top lane is the only inhib that stands for the side of SHG. They've got about 40 seconds, 50 seconds until Evie's back. Talon marching down that top side.
Boy, Urga, it's crazy, dude.
TP's up and available for Aja, so he will be able to get back in. There's only so much they're going to be able to do, I think, to hold off this defense.
Now there is no Baron, but it's a 4v5. The trap's there, it's going to slow down Betty, but this inhib tower goes down. The inhib's going to fall as well, and that's 3 inhibitors down for SHG. 40 seconds until the Baron, but the hook connects there onto Kari. He's able to dodge out and go unstoppable.
Oh my god, Marvel got caught out. It's over.
Tournament to mincemeat. 3 go down immediately, and Fate follows. Scratch and claw their way to the top 4.
Oh, it's heartbreak for the LGL and the Japanese fans. Yes, SHG, a valiant effort, to be fair. But unfortunately, it's just not enough.
For good measure.
Yeah. I think that was kill number 10 for Betty there on the line.
Betty,
what a game.
Betty playing out of his mind. Talon and playing out of his
GG
mind.
another loss in the bag.
To the game for both games for Talon. But they're able to turn it around. Superior macro as it came into that mid game, into that late game. Doesn't matter if you're down 4k gold when you're Talon. You find one even fight where Betty picks up the shutdowns, and that game has flipped on its head. And unfortunately, this is what we've seen out of the Yorick too often. It gets ahead, it looks strong, it sits in the side lanes. But in competitive play, it's very hard to utilize those side lanes because all you need to do is not fight. The
it's lost to both sides.
Down 4k gold, but the Renekton can still go into the middle of a minion wave, press E, press Q, and press E to get out. And then the Yorick is just left wanting. And unfortunately for the side
honestly, dude, I think Talon looks bad.
It's just persistent macro.
But the question is, do they look bad enough that you feel like you could pick them in the next round?
I mean, I think it just speaks to talent. Again, we know that they're a team that is well and truly deserving of that second representative spot now.
Like, I don't think they're bad enough that I would pick them. I'd still try to probably look at Gam or Viking.
Of course, keep in mind that the next round, much the same as this round, the CFO will get to choose who they go up against, being that they are the top seed.
Yep,
they
CFO
gets
gets
to
choose.
opponents, and well, you know, Talon certainly
depends on the next game,
times, they certainly have been the more consistent of the teams that are left in our sort of 6 to 3rd space. Obviously, Talon were the 3rd place team coming into these qualifying series, and we're going to get to find out who joins them in the top 4 in our 2nd series of the night. But for now, they can breathe a sigh of relief.
I love Talon.
The rest of the day to reset and get ready for what will be some tough composition coming through, in the latter half.
Yeah, Marvel did fuck all
Betty's
damage.
Just insane across the board. Just dishing out punishment from start to finish. He just slowed.
What Korean team were they watching that they made him think this was an okay draft?
Absolutely slammed that foot down, and he was hitting so hard. He was just chewing people to bits because. I mean, the boots were just geared towards, tenacity and magic resist because of how much shit was coming out in that direction, but it mattered for nothing because Betty was just so accelerated.
Yeah, absolutely. There was a lot of CC, so the Merc
Tom Fansicle, Ronaldo fans.
Unfortunately, was the receiver.
Tom Fansicle's Messi fans.
It very quickly turns the scales, and while sure Evie was still
far
ahead of Archer,
Tom looked so bad
for a Renekton to be useful than it does a Jhin, and Betty being as far ahead of Jhin as Evie was ahead of Renekton, it's just always going to favor the side of that 80 carry being powerful, especially when the only reliable lockdown onto that Xayah comes through skill shots. It's pretty simple for her to just press that R button. Here's the final fight of the game. The flash forward, Marble lost flash up down in the bottom inhib, gets locked up, gets completely one shot, and from there, there's nothing really left to do. And again, you already see the Skarner. The Jhin pick's never going to be good, and once again, it just wasn't.
And just the layered CC coming out. Yeah, Kasa, no doubt in my mind that he's the MVP of that series. He was consistently setting up everything for the team. 92% kill participation for the team. Look,
even 20% damage on the two champs
on his Skarner and his Edgewine, he's kind of crazy.
Yeah, certainly holding his weight in gold that game and that series was Casa. And again, we had some question marks around him, both in the season kickoff and in the regular season here. But I think coming into week 3, 4, 5, he started to look a lot stronger, and he's continued that success here against the series against SHG.
And we even saw it in split 1 between regular season and the qualifying series. He really stepped up that play, and he's done it once again here. Another great start for SHG. Honestly, it looked so good for them in the opening sort of 10 to 12.
Dude, I don't know, man. I don't know what SHG can do for next split.
They get them some massive summoners. And then Evie again,
like,
another situation.
In my opinion, it's like you just gotta fucking hope.
Gets caught, gets impaled, they drop
Chiefs still suck.
Him, and then
like you just gotta hope that Chiefs
walks away and gets himself another one.
Just gets better, or like Chiefs stays worse and worse and worse and terrible.
Because the main is just sitting there chugging away at him.
Absolutely, but this was somewhat a turning point, right? Woody, he lands a hook, but it's onto a dog.
I don't know what Town can do next split either. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what they can do either. Like, I feel like VCS still has a pretty healthy, like, tier 2 pool to pull from. Like, there's a lot of, like, watching VCS, I feel like there's still, like, decent players that you can, like, potentially promote the LCP. Like, more than PCS. Like, unless if you count like people like Gemini or like I don't know if you count Koala as someone you'd promote, because he's like 30 years old. But I mean, like, I guess younger talent. He's a full roster change, 5 Japanese kids. Let them cook. No, it would be find 5 Japanese kids. There you go.
Just not quite respecting it again. They look for the opportunity.
BCS teams didn't do very good in Asia Masters. Yeah, but I mean, like, the thing with LCP, like the good players, is like if you look at Frank, right? Like, I guess Wise Cam, like, Gemini's been around for a while. Like, Shun's been around for. I guess Shun's not that old. But yeah, like Shao-Ci, like Koala, Shao-Ci are the ones I'm looking at. They're like kind of old, but still good.
I think single-handedly as well, Betty just proving you wrong, and the fact that the scariest part of a hawk is in fact the feathers and not the talons.
Oh, Emo! Beat my ass.
That is Series 1, all done and dusted. Our second series of the night, though.
Wait, what?
You've got to be excited.
I am.
The VCS Derby.
Emo starting as well.
He started last week.
Yeah, I mean, look, whatever's going on behind the scenes, there's confidence there, obviously.
Absolutely, and I think they have looked stronger. I mean, they only played him for the last week of the split, but
Emo?
they won every game with him playing, so Garm going up against the Vikings. Keep in mind, last time these two teams went against each other, the Vikings did win out. They lost game 1 and reverse swept. But Emo coming in does change up the look of this team.
I know Vestian is a caster, so you can't just say, like, Gam are just inting.
No, yeah, I mean, look, you're not wrong.
But Emo won every game last week because they're playing against DFM. Anyways, that's all I wanted to say.
But I mean, Vikings coming into this, you'd argue the favorite of the two. But Garm seems to have that playoffs factor going into this qualifying series. They did last qualifying series, taking out Team Secret Wales out of nowhere. So coming into this, you've got to maybe wonder that is a possibility again.
Absolutely, and so with that, we are going to take a break.
Style? Yeah, I don't know, man.
The second series of the night.
I'd have to think. I honestly don't know who I prefer more than Style Shogun. Like, I thought Shogun was good, so that's why I'm like a little bit confused. Like, I think PCS teams are better than VCS teams. But in terms of players to promote, I feel like VCS has more potential pool. Why is it smiling but my heart crying? 15-minute break? Holy shit. Okay. Let's all step back a bit. Alright. Let's take a quick break then. I didn't think it was gonna be that long. God damn.
Thể thức vòng tuyển chọn vòng đầu rất khắc nghiệt. Thua một trận BO3 là bạn sẽ phải dừng lại. Điều này tạo áp lực cực lớn cho các đội tuyển tham dự.
限界を超えるには逆境を突き抜けるしかない。それが俺たちのやり方だ。
If you're in the top 2, you get 2 chances, including at least 1 best of 5 series. But if you have to play in the first round, it's the last chance for all of the teams. The advantage for the top 3 teams is huge, as they get to pick their opponent. However, when you step into a best of 3 elimination match, you can never be too sure about anything.
Mục tiêu của MVKE là tấm vé đến với MSI, nên vòng đấu đầu tiên này, dù đối thủ là ai, thì MVKE cũng sẽ chiến thắng.
没进前的当然可惜，但塔隆不怕打资格赛啊，反而是对手该小心我们才对。
这种比赛可能会让人紧张，但对我来说，我是 NSI 冠军，这种压力只是小菜一碟。
탈론과 맞붙는 건 항상 힘든 싸움입니다. 그들의 경험과 실력이 대단하니까요. 하지만 이번 스플릿에서는 여러 문제로 고전하고 있어서 우리가 이길 수 있다는 자신감이 생깁니다.
このゲーム3を取ってシリーズカウントは2勝1敗勝利したのはタロンと
quá là đơn độc để có thể đối đầu với đoàn quân Bắc Âu hùng mạnh của Viking. Chắc chắn là không có bất kỳ một cơ hội nào nữa dành cho Gabby.
Hai đội tuyển Vietjet gặp nhau ở vòng đấu này đồng nghĩa với việc chắc chắn sẽ có một đội tuyển phải dừng lại giấc mơ MSI và GAM sẽ là đội tuyển tiếp nối giấc mơ của Viking.
Từng phút từng giây đối với mình đều quan trọng. Tụi mình đã luyện tập không ngừng nghỉ và mình tin tụi mình sẽ có được chiến thắng.
4 teams enter, but only 2 will advance. Just one mistake, and the dream of Vancouver could go up in smoke. The team with the stronger mental fortitude that truly seizes their opportunity will be the one worthy of moving forward. Are you ready? The LCP 2025 Mid-Season Qualifying Series officially begins.
应该会是丘比吧，今年拿下世界冠军就更有机会是他了。
僕はシャオフ選手が好きなので、シャオフ選手だと思いました。
Meiko, Uji, một người đi rừng nào đó, Bengi.
まあ個人的にはダブルリフト選手かなというふうに思います。
我觉得应该是乌兹吧，因为最近他关播了，然后感觉有大事要做的那种感觉。
Theo thông tin em theo dõi gần đây thì em đoán nó là Uzi.
因为乌兹非常的出名啊，而且也是我非常喜欢的一个选手。然后宙斯就是现在比赛内容真的都打得太好了，加上他之前的比赛内容，所以我觉得他也是非常有可能入选的。
僕はテポト選手かウディ選手だと思います。
因为以前也是乌兹的狂粉，所以应该会买。
一番好きなキャラがサイラスなのでサイラスのスキンがあるといいなって思います。
我连 Faker 都没有买，我是 Faker 粉，我都没买。对啊，我当然射手就要支持一下射手。
可能不会，因为我不是玩 AD 的。
mình nghĩ nếu một trong 3 người vào được đại sảnh danh vọng thì mình sẽ ưu tiên mua của Meiko hơn, và nếu mà nó có hợp thì mình mới mua,
Còn nếu mà nó không hợp với mình cho lắm thì chắc chắn mình sẽ không mua rồi.
Nếu như skin của vị tướng đấy có thể đi top thì em chắc chắn sẽ mua skin.
一定会，我存钱去买。
Nếu mà em thấy nó hợp skin AD mà em thấy ưng thì chắc là em sẽ bỏ ra một ít để mua.
Em nghĩ là có nó nhưng mà giá thành hợp lý nên em sẽ mua skin.
Mình nghĩ là mình sẽ mua skin của Uzi. Tại vì dù sao thì mình cũng có rất là nhiều kỷ niệm với Uzi ở những cái kỳ All Star. Lúc mà All Star còn tổ chức thì có những cái giải solo 1 vs 1 và mình luôn thua trước Uzi, thậm chí thua 3 lần.
Ugh. Still like going on, dude. Oh well. I didn't get to really boo Fofo. Oh shit.
If you were stranded on a desert island, who would you bring along with you? 3-person max and why?
Oh. Three person?
Yeah, 3-person max.
I think I would bring our manager for sure. Very reliable.
Yeah.
I'll bring Poltron because he'll do something. Actually do something.
Yeah, who else?
What the
3
fuck?
people max or just you and me?
Oh, you don't need more than like one. If you want. It's just 3 people max.
I mean, you and me would like run the island if we were stranded.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll start planting crops and everything, you know?
What the
6 months
fuck?
later, we'll have like a huge farm.
Yeah, I like
we'll
this
have a
video.
house
It's kind of
built,
funny.
And then we'll start like, you know, renovating everything. It'll be good. Yeah, it'll be good.
Don't put him back. What is Rest doing? Who's the timekeeper of the team?
時間に厳しい。時間にうるさい人。시간 지키는 사람?
時間になんかうるさい人。何時までにしないとダメ。
아. まあ、選手の中ではいないんだ、これは。選手はない。
Team manager?
Manager.
Oh, is that Bosun? I think he used to be like DFM top lane. Who's the best singer on the team? Person has to sing a song? It's Driver.
这真的要唱啊！他，哎，太会抽了吧！
参考追命啊！
如此生活30年，
What the fuck?
Người hát hay nhất
Who's the best singer on your team?
Người đó hãy hát cho chúng tôi nghe một bài. Người đó hãy hát cho chúng tôi nghe một bài. 1, 2, 3. Phải hát. 2, 3. Hát thì go. Mic. Hát thì go.
Gió nè, hát
1, 2.
Em không là nàng thơ, anh cũng không còn là nhạc sĩ.
Damn! You can't sing.
Như gió, lại chiếu lên tim ta những vết thăng.
What song would I pick? Country road, take me home.
皆さん、このチームの動画見てくれてありがとうございます。この後
Wait, that's
頑張り
it?
ます。じゃあ、1
Bye bye.
Chiefs, Jayo!
Chiefs,
You know
Jayo!
what time it is?
Yeah.
Do you know what time it is? It's game time.
该如何铸就？
Your name, do know it all. I don't know the words. It's more nando demo. 呼んでいる胸のどこか奥で いつも心躍る夢を見たい悲しみは風へ Oh fuck dude. It's what is it called in English? Spirited Away, Spirited Away. I don't know why I picked that song in Japanese. Because the other ones I don't know are appropriate. I guess Bakumentai is fine. Boku wa sex daisuki. What am I starting rapping that? Dude, how fucking bad would the producers be? They'd be like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? Can't you pick like a normal song? Yeah, this is why I'm not allowed to do content, dude.
Khán giả sẽ được chiêm ngưỡng tuyển thủ thi đấu.
我们曾经强大，但在最关键时刻却倒下了。
Tụi mình đã đánh giá sai trận đấu. Giải đấu này khó hơn tụi mình nghĩ.
応援してこれるペンに報いたい。次はチャヤコで行く。
This wasn't the goal. This was only the first step.
Tụi mình đã làm cho mọi người nghi ngờ LCP và đó chỉ là nó bắt đầu thôi.
It was only the first step. Still lost.
Tụi mình đã giáng một đòn chí mạng với team mạnh nhất. Giờ thì tụi mình sẽ hạ gục họ.
从没人看好到谁都不该小看鲁蛇。不，我们是那支势不可挡的队伍。
我们掌握了战局，但却让他溜走。这种事不会再发生了。这一次，我们会牢牢抓住。
あとは結果で証明する。僕たちの本当の力を世界に見せる時が来た.
Cả thế giới sẽ biết tụi mình là ai. Đã đến lúc vươn tầm thế giới.
Tụi mình luôn có niềm tin rằng mình có thực lực. Bây giờ là lúc chúng mình bung hết sức.
勝つために必要なものは全て僕たちの中にある.
Đẩy đối thủ tới giới hạn là chưa đủ. Lần này tụi mình sẽ bứt phá vượt qua.
The real battle starts now. It's time to prove you deserve our place.
曾经被看轻的我们，现在是让你们打鼾的存在。
传奇该如何铸就？
Uzi, he was really young and really prodigious.
AD carries known for being like greedy, very selfish. The game was about him at all times.
This is the best AD carry in the game.
Incredibly mechanically gifted.
He's going for every trade. He's fighting for every farm. He's playing like a psycho. Whoa, that's dude.
我特别喜欢虐别人的感觉，他打法像疯狗一样。
내 우지를 보고 캐리가 이런 거구나라는.
Everyone loves a wonder kid.
这肯定是会有一个，就是有一个利弊的一个衡量的。
Only person to reach 2 finals and have 2 losses to his name.
Uzi is denied another title.
太多次觉得可以的事情都没有做到。
People wanted to see him lift a trophy.
就觉得自己还可以赢一切的对手，我都不会怕。
他们会在他登场的那个
Sorry, I'm looking at some titties and ass. I just saw my timeline. What the fuck? Nice.
He made people see that there is more to it.
I get distracted easily.
Welcome back, everybody. Players walking out onto stage. It's the second series of the night. It's GARM, the most famous VCS team of all time, up against the Vikings, the up-and-coming and very, very explosive.
There's a CFO up here.
I mean, look, Vikings looked incredibly good in the qualifying series for Split 1. They've taken a little bit of a hit in the mid-season, but they seem to have bounced back on the tail end with a couple of changes, specifically down in the bot lane, which we will see in just a moment. But Cardi, playing some pretty darn good League of Legends in the mid lane. Now matched up by the newcomer from Garm, Emo stepping now into the starting position for qualifying series.
Absolutely, and thus far what we've seen out of Emo has been a little better than Ares. Just maybe fitting his style, the meta that as it currently is. Of course, on the other side of things, it is Style that has taken over that starting position over Shogun. So both teams swapping up who starts out at their given role. Sealong and Alio, two very good supports. Sealong definitely been a bit quieter here in the season, or the mid-season rather, in comparison to the pretty crazy and phenomenal performances he was having in the season kickoff.
Yeah, I think a little bit hesitant to go to the Pike. Definitely feeling like that was a big spike for him. Maybe has dealt a bit of a blow with his confidence. But I mean, as a support, he's been pretty phenomenal. I wouldn't doubt that he's still got that capability. I suppose it's about finding that little confidence booster to get him back into form that we've come to expect from him.
Absolutely. Gonna be excited to see what these two teams play. Keep in mind it is two VCS teams, so Nocturne is a high priority pick.
Nocturne's gonna be a high priority.
Yeah.
Crazy ass team fights are also gonna be a high priority.
To say the least, in terms of bringing that out the other regions. But VCS, if it's there, if it's available, they are pulling that trigger without a moment's hesitation. So a good chance that it will be banned away. I think more than likely it'll be the red side ban.
Yeah, we'll see. Coming to this with side selection, getting that fourth place. Was a chance for Vikings to be third. It came down to their last regular season play where they went up against Talon. The winner got third, the loser got fifth, and unfortunately for the Vikings, they came in at fifth.
I mean, as well, a absentee, I suppose, from this roster in the Vikings, sort of stepping away for competitive play.
Yeah.
After such a lengthy career.
Yeah, it always surprised me that he was on Vikings. I mean, he never saw a game, but one of the most storied players of the Pacific's history. Very, very famous. I mean, obviously he's known for his TSM contract in many ways, but a Worlds finalist. Always sad to see someone of his, what's the word?
Caliber.
Significance, caliber, yeah, step away, but when it's time, it's time. He'll join the retirement home with Maple, one of his former teammates.
Sit back and enjoy. Look, I'm sure he'll be back coaching at some point, surely. That's the next step of progression.
Or content.
That too, yeah.
He has been doing that, I see on Twitch, but mainly he's been streaming Maple Story.
Like Maple's story or Maple Story?
Just Maple Story.
Okay. I mean, either would have been rather entertaining, I think.
Yeah. Maple's been playing Valorant, so I mean, after playing probably almost nothing but League of Legends for 10 years, it's understandable.
It feels like a bit of a linear move, though, honestly.
The Valorant one?
Yeah, staying inside the family.
Yeah. So he got Ascendant recently, so he's certainly making his way up the ranks in that game too. As we would do now, head into draft. Once again, the Pantheon will be shown as that highest priority pick, as it is secured first.
No, my bad. Draft has begun. Draft has begun.
Quite a lot recently.
I'm kind of distracted.
The Gwyn off the board in the Rumble too. There's not a whole lot that we see.
Okay, let's see.
That's amazing into it.
I don't think our picks are locked in for who we want to play in the next round.
Take the Pantheon off the board, which is the next step, at least for the VCS teams in terms of priority, and Nico. So Vikings immediately ripping that cord. And this could be a gauntlet thrown down. Do the Garm pick Artemis the Callista here? Because that natural pairing would be available.
It would be. I mean, there are just other things you can play with the Nico anyway.
Absolutely,
it doesn't really matter. You can just go the Kai'Sa. So I don't think they do. I think it would make sense to take Talia in the mid lane.
It's time. The Great Wall of Sparta making its way onto the rift for Garm. I'm here for it. Global presence.
See how they utilize that global presence. I mean, the VCS team's usually extremely good at utilizing those ultimates in tandem. That's why we quite often see at least one of those two banned. This time, here in game one, they're just going to rip it out straight away.
Victor, oh, okay.
Well, there you go.
No jungle and AD carry locked in yet.
Circle theory at work. Pretty handily in favor of the Vikings at the moment.
You see, Ben top lane, right? Try to shut down Kiaya. I'm trying to think what you'd get rid of. Mbessa.
Dive potential is high potential.
Well, Gwen's gone. Mbessa's gone. Ooh, dude, it's hard, man. I don't know what they would get rid of here.
Obviously, it is a good champion up against that Scion too, so kind of works out in two ways in that regard. Skarner. So taking away those junglers, you have your own jungler already, so you can look to do so. Sejuani would be the logical next move if they are trying to isolate those tanks and get rid of them.
Potentially a Xin as well, just given how impactful he's going to be.
Yeah, I don't know what they should ban for top. You're just blinding Scion.
He's probably going to have an alright time, all said and done. Varus taken away from Artemis.
Okay.
I mean, it could be Xin or Sejuani either way. Both would be, I think, valid.
Go Gam. Oh, damn.
You could also just look to take
Fuck them. Why do you get to be happy?
I mean, I think.
Why am I miserable and alone?
I think strangling out the jungle makes the most sense here. Even
I have no one to kiss.
Going to be an answer anyway. You can get rid of the most likely, but they do opt in for that Kalista ban. So the next pairing we typically see with the Nico, of course, has been that Kai'Sa. I mean the Varus as well, but that's banned. So
yeah, I think it was just a case they didn't really want to risk it. Kalista Nico can be pretty potent, especially with what Garm are trying to do with this Taliyah Pantheon combo. But I mean, you've got, yeah, like you said, still plenty enough that plays well enough with an Eco that you should be all right. Wukong, Fuguri in the jungle.
Okay.
Circle theory again.
Started to show itself a lot more often recently. Sort of higher priority.
Yeah, I didn't think they would pick Sejuani.
So what's the answer? You're picking an AD carry alongside your top laner here. Of course, you already know the top lane. So they go for the Kai'Sa Nort. It is a tried and tested combo.
I mean, they could have, especially when they have Nico support, but...
Nico. But once you get out of lane phases, when it starts to strike, plus you're able to somewhat match...
Ooh, Aatrox, okay.
That the Great Wall of Sparta will...
Demon Lord.
Have an Aatrox, just something that does reasonably well in the middle of a team fight. Can sort of create a pinch situation. You could have Pantheon Taliyah coming on the backside, likely with a Kai'Sa as well. And then Kiaya and Elio can just sort of run it through from the front side and create a bit of a pincer movement. So I think Vikings definitely have their work cut out from the...
Okay, what's the last pick here?
Well, Ashe and
Ash?
When it comes to team fight time, could be a real problem.
That's a rough bot lane to try and navigate here as this Kai'Sa Nautilus.
Yeah, I guess laning might be rough, but...
Honestly, you can even probably feel safe enough here.
I guess Ashe could be okay.
For a ghost and make it even more.
It is like an initiation tool.
Just the problem being that Vikings' turnaround potential is kind of concerning. So Garm are going to be looking to go in pretty heavy with the Great Wall of Sparta, and then all of a sudden, Chaos Storm, Cyclone, Pot Blossom, and Enchanted Crystal Arrow on top of Kratos if he wants to turn that direction. Decimating Smash, suddenly all that attention is bad attention because you're blowing up almost instantaneously.
Absolutely. But really just trying to navigate those fights. I mean, once you get into the mid stage of the game, it's much easier to play the game for the side of Garm. Admittedly, not every team can say that, but they're very strong at playing together. That's one of their strengths, is always being on the same wavelength. And so when you do combo that Pantheon and the Taliyah together, you can create number mismatches fairly easily across the room.
Oh shit!
There he is.
What the fuck? Wait, he has his own fucking head as a side? Dude, it's like that fucking thing where like the... I think it's Kane, the like wrestler dude. Like had his mask on, took it off, and just his face underneath.
They're just doing it for the name, but I mean, look, he's brilliant.
In the files.
Yeah, I know. It's a brilliant jungler in terms of countering what this draft from Vikings is going to be doing. It's going to be hugely punishing as well to boot, so... No, rather, yeah. Sorry, the Vikings draft is going to be punishing.
Absolutely. As we load onto the Rift now, game number 1 of our second series, Garm up against Vikings. A little bit of, sort of evenness. What is the word?
Not the gravitas that Mr. Steak does bring.
Well, it's more that Mr. Steak just does it for both teams. But we have clear favourites in the arena today. Maybe he's just been pressured. Maybe he's paid off by TK. Maybe TK's like, right.
Paid actor.
Yeah, no cheering for Vikings.
Minions have spawned.
I'll give you a ride in the GAM limousine.
Yeah.
The GAM-mobile.
I mean, looking at it, I mean, no unsealed spellbook again, unfortunately. Although in that matchup, yeah, probably getting plenty of grass procs, honestly.
Okay.
And we'll see how Kratos navigates it. I believe it was last time these two teams went up against each other in Game 3 that it was the Nidalee into the Scion, which looked rough early for the Scion, but certainly came to his own and was 20 times more useful.
Yeah, and then the Scion got, I think it was 1,200 more damage out of his grass procs as well. So for all that early pressure that the Nidalee did bring, it was kind of irrelevant by the end of it.
Absolutely. Talking about early pressure, there's very low amounts of bot lane champs that have more pressure than Ashe and Nico. And you put them together, and you've got the recipe of a pretty traumatic lane here as a Kai'Sa.
I'm surprised that still worked for Shulong, honestly.
I'm just trying to see the early games.
Wait a second, this could be a...
What?
Kaya having a flash away will be able to do so. Oh, that almost started to look like when Kaya lived on 1 HP, a repeat, if you remember Kaya against Driver.
Yep.
Kratos with a little bit more health left, though, and didn't really feel under that much.
Wow, okay. I don't think Kratos should have flashed because he didn't have damage to do anything, but...
He would have the exact same amount of damage. Actually, he would have less because he would have phase rush. So.
Yeah, either way. I mean, it's great lane pressure. Unfortunately, Kaya being an Aatrox does have a decent amount of healing.
Yeah, and importantly, it's flashes down, so there's just not that much kill pressure in either regard anymore.
Oh, just look at Kratos managing to queue that.
Yeah, and this, again, Scion, early stage of the game, has quite a decent amount of poke, especially if you can't break that shield. It just does so much damage, the explosion of it. Cardi, much the same here. I mean, every lane just losing for the time being. Not necessarily in gold, but in terms of pressure, absolutely.
Yeah, that's actually kind of crazy.
To pretty much do whatever he'd like to do in this jungle. For the time being, it is just a full clear to the bottom scuttle, and Levy will take the top one for himself.
Yeah, but the strength of this GAM roster comes post-6. Having the Great Wall of Sparta, being able to react around to the side lanes and just outmatch Vikings in terms of global pressure. Just being able to consistently just have that multi, 3-2v1, Cardi in trouble.
Yeah.
Okay.
Teleporting back finds a bit of damage there onto Cardi, but of course he's just about to recall and teleport anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Silent, they both didn't TP, they just walked back to lane.
Kratos, though, kind of dominating this top side.
Yeah, but he's down CS, which is the thing.
That's because he's taken a recall, but
yeah,
he's got this wave in a really good position, although Kai does a great job of poking him away from it and trying to force in a crash, and will successfully do so.
Levy, though, potentially looking for some lane gank shenanigans. Otherwise, perfect plan, if not for an Ashe.
How broken is Ashe, man? It's so ridiculous to
Dude, the vision control is actually kind of crazy.
Oh, wait a second. Let's see if GAM can count. Yeah, okay, they've pinged it.
He's still going to get damage out. Now Kratos, the one under the pump.
Yeah, great trade out of Kaya. So at least 1 point of strength on the map here for Levy. Not all losing.
I'm a little confused.
What are you confused by, pal?
So Kratos back and just ran it back to lane?
Yes.
Okay.
They both did.
Well, Kai didn't. Unless he just ran back to lane with nothing.
No, he did. Oh, yeah, true. No, yeah, he didn't. But that's because Kratos forced the wave in. And Aatrox at this point doesn't have the pushing power that he will later.
Now, I suppose.
I mean, so far it's like pretty even, dude. I was expecting a lot more, but yeah, we're just been chilling.
Especially with the lane swap now being initiated, but not matched by GAM.
Yeah, so I think you're pretty happy with this if you are GAM. It's going to free up this Kai'Sa to actually hit some minions fairly uncontested. Doing a good job, Artemis,
I guess it's kind of frozen. He wants to crash it. Ugh.
But certainly
Hey, we're not having a good day.
It will be Kaya as the top laner that will be punished.
Kaya laning straight to 6 without a single back. Does get himself the tunnel on the recall, plus a refillable pot and a control wood. So, yeah, unfortunately, he is just going to have to go and take his lumps, as we do see a bit of posturing around that dragon on the bot side.
A lot of clones for the side of the Vikings. There's a great seismic shovel connect, but the damage traded.
Kadi's level 6. That's like the kind of big difference maker.
Emo just a step behind the curve, hit 6 as well. So with that Weaver's Wall, should be able to potentially make some proactive plays, especially in the near future with Levy nearing on 6 as well. So Kadi is going to have to be a little bit careful.
Kaya begging for some CS up on this top side. Such is the nature of just laning against Ashe and Eco, but specifically as a melee in the 2v1. Certainly not going to make it easy.
He's done alright in terms of collecting that wave. Kratos, much the same situation, but
a lot easier for Sion.
There we go, Levy. Here's the Grand Skyfall, so the Grand Wall of Sparta is now up and online. But with Style and Shilong up in the top side, the priority is very much there for Garm.
Absolutely. Gonna be the first dragon. The Void Grub spawning now in 30 seconds, so with recalls coming through in this bot lane, it's likely we will see a switch, and Kaya able to teleport to match that minion wave. Feels pretty good, but it will be a minion wave lost. Maybe in the top side. Actually, Style is just slow pushing it, so you're not going to lose too much. A winning macro play, I'd have to say, out of Garm here.
And Kratos is going to go on proxy. Classic Sion move there. And then ults away. Classic Sion move.
Yeah, I don't even know if he needed to ult. He probably could have just walked that one out, but Style.
Oh, Style's getting caught out.
Side. Grand Skyfall comes through, does have flash, but doesn't have the cleanse.
Trying to give it to Artemis, yeah.
Now, I
what
they were giving that one over.
I did too.
Oh, wait, what? You just stole it? Okay. Oh, okay, nice. Dude, they're using so many ults for that one kill.
The Chaos Storm still raging on. Still one more activation of the Cyclone can come through. They do collect themselves the 2 Void Grubs. Hook connects onto one of the many clones available.
1-for-1 trade.
And unfortunately for Garm, Emo not respecting the fact that there was a level 6 Nico in the bush, will fall victim. Yeah, I mean, just pretty simply taken out.
Ooh.
Oh.
Wow, I don't think Levi needed to flash that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure you should just give this to Artemis, but
Levi just saying, hurry up, come on, man. I got things to be doing, and yeah, poor Emo, just not at all expecting Shilong there. Root into the Pot Blossom, into the Cyclone, into the Chaos Storm, into the Gravity Field. There was no way Emo was surviving that.
Absolutely not. So an important pickup. That's 20 stacks towards the Hex Core upgrades, and importantly some gold over to Guri to match up that kill score. They also get the 2.
What other matches are going on this week?
Blessing, things are all evened up on both sides of the rift.
Yeah, definitely take that in terms of getting these towers as well.
Vikings very far ahead in gold. Just CS leads across the rift really. Only Kaya with a slight advantage, but not really anything to write home about, especially considering how much easier it is to have effectiveness on the Sion. You can kind of just stand there and
Saturday, Sunday.
you're feeling pretty effective most of the time.
Trade knockups, not something you see every day. Style left alone, unfortunately. His support in the jungle, but not jungling.
Traded that gravity well and scattered earth.
I mean, barring that one catch out from Emo, he's doing reasonably well. And I say,
oh!
Fast fingers.
What an ult.
Yeah.
Not easy to
snipe, dude.
Guess that someone's going to hover in one specific area of the lane, but correctly does it. Forces out the flash away from Emo now.
very vulnerable on this Talia.
I don't know, they kind of had a ward pinpointing him.
Yeah, but you still, like, from top lane to send it that accurately is not easy.
Just
considering he could just move anywhere.
Cardi puts the ward down, just aim it here, buddy. You'll be fine. And he almost does too. If not for the flash, that lands almost right on the money of that ward too. Just paint a target's the easiest way to do it. Sundered Skies up and available for Levy now, but Triforce already there. For Guru's been having a wonderful time. And Artemis,
Cardi? Under my Kratos? Dude, I'm so out of it. I don't know what's going on, dude. Today's not my day.
One of the slower paced VCS derbies that we've had. And Karma's typically the slower of the VCS teams, for better or for worse, generally playing more of a macro game, which I do respect out of them, of course. Vikings playing into it and doing so well. 40 CS almost in the bot lane, 30 really.
Yeah, that topside CS lead is even out, and in fact, right now Kratos is ahead. Never mind, swings back. Kiai's gone and smacked a bunch of minions. In fact, they're just going at it hammer and tongs now.
Yeah, I don't know why this match is like less exciting than the last one, even though I felt like Suffolk couldn't win.
So much CS in their carry roles. Of course, you know, their champs are not strong in lane. I mean, Talia is, but
their strength is in out macroing Vikings. Just forcing overmatches and being able to at least jump into the thick of things before Vikings have a chance to react. Which has been very hard, arguably. There hasn't really been an opportunity for the Great Wall of Sparta to come out.
Yeah, and the problem they have is that item spikes are always going to be there in favor of the Vikings just because of that natural CS lead. Emo this time not having to use the flash and just narrowly.
It's because there was no ward.
Actually got a bit of a shaving there from that Enchanted Crystal Arrow. Now, Dragon number 2 up and available, and it's going to be started up here by, first of all, Vikings. 4 members of GARM are in the area and looking to potentially contest. No one is their location, however, as here will come the grand entrance. Where are they going? Into the middle of nowhere, but no one on the side of Vikings able to do much about it anyway. They do just get the dragon and run.
Yeah, surprising given the Enchanted Crystal Arrow was down there. And Luden's companion first item for Cardi, playing out of that massive advantage he's had in this mid lane.
Yeah, definitely a more aggressive item. Doesn't necessarily offer you that much more in terms of damage, but has opted into it.
Slightly faster wave clear, I suppose, which isn't technically an issue that Victor suffers that.
Fuck, dude.
Minion clearing champs in the
I don't know why. Like, why is it so like? I don't know. I'm just like so like nothing, dude. Cheeky, yeah, cheeky. I'm not having a bad day. I don't know why I'm like so out of it. Like, I don't want to blame the game, but I just feel like the last game I was like way more into. Even though I felt like SoftBank never had a chance to win, but this one I'm like, I don't know. I need to get back in, dude. I mean, wake up. Oh, give me some action, adrenaline, my balls! Get with this! Okay, nice. Oh wait, he flashes out. Oh, that fucking chain. Okay, let's go. Wake me up inside.
And 2 kills now on the board for Guri.
Okay, let's go.
That Trinity Force hitting very hard. Got a 1200 gold lead in the jungle.
Okay, okay.
Picks up his Sundered Sky now.
Just gotta wake myself up.
Reducing so much of the healing. Greed from Kiaya. Going for that tower blade as well. He hits Kratos as well, which is the worst bit. So reduced healing at this stage.
Dude, that flash to be pulled right back is funny.
Because he can't sustain through anything, not having a Sundered Sky either. And yeah. That